G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to go for a drive in the Pajero. Haven't been in it for weeks, months actually, probably 2 months ago, thereabouts. On the way home from a trip, it was overheating, got really hot. Checked the fluid and it was just starting to lose water, evaporating. So I got home, lifted the bonnet, she was pretty hot. So I've changed the radiator cap. Everything's new. It's only done like about, I checked it the other week, about 3,000 Ks rebuilt. Okay, so the bonnet now and just double check, and I've got a solar on the battery, and I'll check that. We'll go for a drive and test it. Okay, so for those who haven't seen, this is the build I did a few years ago. It's an actual new block I ordered from China, long story, but it's fully rebuilt, did it myself. The thermostat in here, I'm hoping it's not that because it's a pain in the ass to get to. Here's a new radiator cap, so I'm just going to check the fluids again, see if we've got. Okay, so that's half full. There's plenty of fluid in there. I'll just check the radiator. Yep, there's plenty of fluid in there. Good, nice tight seal, so I'm hoping that's all it is. Here's my solar panel, so my battery doesn't die. So I'll disconnect that. And it works really good, so simple. Just trickle charge is what I need. There, and the minor birds, mongrel minor birds, shit everywhere. I had some plates up there, they worked. I'm going to put more up, stop crap everywhere. Alright, let's get this down, fire it up, go for a drive. Sometimes because I don't drive that often, I have a injector pump leak or a leak somewhere. That's the only thing I didn't, I pulled it off, looked at it and gave it a bit of a clean up. But that's the only thing I didn't replace out of the whole engine build. Once again, I'm not an engine builder, just a lot of research and time. So we'll see, she'll start. Okay. Book it in the back there. And before I start, I've got a solar panel. That's what it's reminded. I've got a solar panel up on the roof, so I better unplug this, and it's got good charge. It's going through 13, so that's really good. That's triple charged my second battery. So let's unplug that from here if I can. So I'll go around and get slobber from my mate here, who's over keen to get going. Back, no. Okay, so pull that one out. Where's that? Oh, it's just hooked on the other wire there. There we go. That can go out. Yes, chill. Look out. Okay. So this here now, what did I do last time? Oh, up over there, got a hook. I think I just wrangled it up over like that till we get home. Might give this a bit of a wash, fire it up, let it warm up, and give this a bit of a hit. Bloody hell, mongrel birds. All right, let's see. Key in. Glow plug, I'll just give it 2 hits with the glow plug. Haven't done it for a while. And yeah, it might have leaked down with that air. Yeah, a bit of a stumble. so it sucked in some air. I'll do one more glow and then I'll... Alright, let's crack an injector. Let's crack an injector. There's that there. Look at that, got a 17 down there. This happens off and on. So we just leave old mate in the car. 17. Okay, so I normally just come in, reach in, whatever one I can get without needing a ladder. That one there, she's cracked. Give it a bit of a prime. Till she's hard. There we go. Fire it up again. There's bled out. Yep. Don't suck back. That's tight. One more heat. Let it idle, see if it'll clear up. Alright, I'll let it idle. That's good. I get a little bit of the bath. Alright. Sometimes I'll bleed the air, get down the road and might do it again, but it's generally just once, and if I'm driving it constantly, I mean, they're even starting it every week. It's not as frequent. But that's the only problem I've had since building the engine, that heating problem. And like I was saying, it's been, I calculate the other day, it's been around 3,000 kilometres I've done. The engine, if no one knows, this is the NJ It's like a wide body with the flares, as you might have seen. It's the 2.8 turbo, diesel turbo. I've done a lot of work to it. The engine, when I took that out, I had no idea. I got blindsided, of course, as you do. I got told the head gasket just needed replacing. Found out it was cracked. So I went through the process of teaching myself to pull the engine out, and that was just an absolute nightmare. Removed it basically. I've done rock sliders, taught myself how to do that. The roof rack I got, the tyres, new wheels, second-hand wheels I spray painted. Underneath I've done all in like a Raptor, I think I did it in the Raptor coating underneath. Fuel tank's completely been out, washed, filters. What else? Inside, I haven't really done much inside. There's mods. I put a forward-facing camera on here with a navigational aid and that. Lights out the back, lights at the front with it. Hooked them all up. I've got switches here on the dash. What else? It's been a while. I can't really think of. That's probably the major things. Interior is really clean. It's a sunroof type. That was the first thing that I disconnected, got rid of, taped it all up. Cannot use it. Cannot use it at all because I don't want to touch the switches and have them fail. Have this sunroof open halfway or a little bit and it's jammed. I don't want to pull all this rubbish out to get to the wiring and find a problem. So that is it's there, but it's not operational. The models that of this variety that's sold over in like Africa or South Africa, different places, the sunroof was mounted at the back a bit more, and apparently the guys used to use it for shooting. So they'd open the sunroof, stand up through it because the glass retracts all the way, and then use it as a shooting vehicle. I guess I hadn't been driving the old girl that much either, due to the fuel. You know, a couple of weeks back was here in North Queensland was like $3.20 a litre for diesel. Some places $3.50. It has come back down to about $2.80 at the moment because of the war over in Iran and America and Israel. Iran has blockade that section for oil ships getting in and out, caused a global crisis with the fuel. But the stupid thing is, and it's been known for many decades, in the 80s, late 80s, we had 8 oil refineries in Australia. But now we've got 2. A few weeks ago, somehow, some reason, one of the oil refineries in Victoria caught on fire. No, not suspicious at all to a lot of Aussies. Yeah, so we've got lots of oil in Australia. We can make our own fuel. Brisbane, they're trying to get that oil refinery up and running full time. Labor is unfortunately making it a lot tougher because they just want EVs in Australia. We're losing, not to get too political, but we're losing our rights in Australia. They're now bringing in, I don't know if anyone's aware of this,
cameras with a monitor, okay, a listening device like radar detector. It's got laser and everything, can pinpoint a vehicle, motorbike or a car, and if they deem it's too noisy, too loud, they're going to send you like $1,000 fine. If you're a company, if it's a company vehicle, business vehicle, it's like a $6,000 fine. Let me know if I'm wrong, but that's in New South Wales and Victoria. Just crazy. I was hoping also it'd be a bit hotter today, just to be testing on the radiator, on the cooling system. So like I said, I'm in two minds. I don't want to give it too much over revs, rev it too hard, burn more fuel, but I've got to just to do this test because I've got to sort out this overheating problem. Normally even if I go up a range, if I drive up a range for say a good half an hour, you're in second gear, back to third, second, it barely comes above quarter. But last time I came down a range, I got close to the top of the range, and before I started going down, and it came right up, and that's where I had to stop and check the fluid, and it didn't come back down. So I got home, and yeah, she was a bit hot. My background's, if I've done anything in life, it's probably an apprenticeship as a truck driver. Had my truck license when I was about 19, and yeah, did that for quite a few years, and it's good to get in a vehicle like this. It's tell people, yeah, it's like driving a tractor to a certain extent, like a truck. Constantly be aware of what gears you're in, and that's what I explained to my students. If anyone didn't know, I've got a driving school, and I explained to my students different reasons of why the car that they were driving to my car, which is a little 2-litre petrol Mazda. They might be in an old Patrol, a Land Cruiser, lower gear ratios. I just say, yeah, you just got to rev it out, you've got to adjust it and be taught or told, explain how to drive that particular vehicle. So yeah, it's good to get this out. I've been saying it for a while, I want to really test it, go camping, go a bit bush, but I need to team up with someone else in case something does go wrong with it. But I was really confident with everything until that other week when it did go hot. So as you know, when something starts playing up in and around town's one thing, RACQ or a tow truck, but when you're 250, 400 kilometres away from home, in the middle of nowhere, sort of two-way communication only goes so far. Oh, clutch, brand new clutch. It was another thing I put into this unit. When I rebuilt it, pulled the engine out, left the gearbox in, and why really? The clutch was warm, but not really bad. But why not replace throw-out bearings and clutches and that? It's a huge expense. I did have a problem, speaking about that, I did have a problem with when I went to take it for its second roadworthy. The throw-out bearing has a retainer, like I think this is a full system. It's got a retainer that holds that bearing in, and it failed. Whether I stuffed it up when I put it in to test it, whether I stuffed one of the fingers or whatever, I'd leave it at 4th actually, or it was just faulty, because it's a really cheap component, really flimsy. Anyway, long story short, it failed, let go, clutch went on the back of the engine just as I got home, went to reverse up the driveway, and I thought, what have I done? Because I rebuilt the engine, I'm not a engine builder. I thought, what have I done? I've something seized in the engine. Anyway, pulled the engine out, asked around. No one would actually give me a suggestion. Like, I had the parts in my hand that were broken, the like a $2 part, maybe a bit more. No one would sort of chat to me or say, yeah, that's what's happened. This is what's going on. An engine builder, like let's say one or two, they didn't want the work. They wanted to charge me 10,000 grand to pull it out and rebuild it, and diagnose. No one would want to diagnose, even put it in their shop. So I pulled it out for the second time, and found out that was the part that I needed to replace. But do you think anyone sold it separately? I went to a few brake and clutch specialists. No one sold that part separate. You've got to buy the whole clutch pack, the whole box of dies. And I couldn't believe it. I said, that's all I need, you know? What's going on, buddy? Must have seen a dog. So I researched and searched for weeks on the internet. Eventually found a company called a Monolock. I found this company here in Australia. I can't remember if they make them here or they buy them from the US, but it's an aluminium one. Really, no, not aluminium. Is it aluminium? I can't remember now. It's been there. It was really well made. It was really good quality. Now it was $170. $170. The clutch kit that I put in cost me around $500, $550, something like that. So put that back in, fingers were crossed, swearing and cursing and everything, put the engine back in the second time. I actually resprayed it to colour code the car the second time. New oil, that was a big one, the oil filter for the turbo, or for the oil cooling system, it was cracked. I bought two of those way over in Europe, in near Kyrgyzstan or somewhere. I can't remember exactly where it was, near Ukraine. Because this particular 4N40 engine, they've got them still going in a lot of little machines and four-wheel drives and different vehicles in different countries. They're still building them, and that's why I was able to get a new block. Which turned out the old block was fine. So there's videos on that. If you check in my playlist description, go to Pajeros, and you can scroll through and see all the work that I've done if you're interested. So the temperatures come up probably bugger all. So it was way up here when it was overheating. It's still down the bottom of the gauge. It's probably moved about that much, not that much. That makes sense. So I'm guessing if it was, because I'm really giving it the beans, staying in each gear a bit longer. So I'm hoping I'm putting enough load on it to test the theory of what if that thermostat's not opening, if the new cap's fixed it, and if anyone can let me know, yeah, for sure, comment down below, let me know if you've had an issue like this. The radiator, people will be saying the radiator, it's a three core radiator, and it's the brass. I think it's the brass or copper or the mix, let me know, I can't remember either. I did mention in my videos. So I thoroughly flushed that, everything, it doesn't leak. Yeah, I'd be happy to know anyone's got some advice for me, what possibly is going on, or even other viewers. I had a viewer the other day actually send me a message about the engine, and he was fitting or refitting the injection pump, mechanical injection pump, and they've got scores and timing marks on that. Apparently his had nothing, no description at all of where to set TDC again. I think he forgot to mark it with a pen or something, and took it out. I put marks or dots as well, but I had all those increments and the scores. So I hope he finds out where TDC is and sets it all up. I didn't know much, couldn't help much. I just sent him a link to a PDF file for the 4M40. That was my get out of jail, my guide sheet, was the a manual for the Pajero this era, and then the PDF file I downloaded a million pages. I had one in my spare room, computer room, and I'd research that, study it, and then out in the shed I had pages and things everywhere, just going back and forth, checking, and that's what you got to do, sort of make sure you cross all your T's and dot your I's. If anything, I'm gathering things was going to happen within, a good half an hour or so run. It should have occurred. While I'm out and about, I'm just going to put the hubs in and just go through a bit of four-wheel drive up and high and low gears, just to give them a bit of a greasing or a bit of work, lubrication. Okay, so is that coming up? Okay, so we've got like a where's my torch? Where's one of my torches? Hang on, buddy, don't go cracking the shits. There we go. So it's got 4 low lock. It's got 2 high, 4 high, as you can see. You go into neutral, and it's just really good. So this is crawl mode, absolutely brilliant. When I reverse up in my driveway, so I don't torch the clutch, I actually put it in 4-wheel drive. I'll just put it in low, and so it just creeps up rather than trying to ride that clutch. But she's really good. Now this particular model, and this is another thing that I changed, was the hubs. So this was an all-wheel drive, constant all-wheel drive, and I didn't like that. I wanted to be able to have just not the wear and tear on the front end. The boots, I did have, that's another thing I replaced, was the boots for your the shafts onto the front end. Can't even, lost the words. Those spinny things, your rubber boots were all shot, so I pulled them off, ordered new ones, put them on, taught myself to pull that all apart, replace one, then eventually the other one. So yeah, I put new hubs on, so they're free locking or unlocking hubs, just manual. Apparently saves a little bit of fuel, but with trucks like this, or tanks, or tractors, whatever you want to call it, they're not that big on fuel saving. I just noticed the dent on my bonnet. That's never... I wonder what's going on there. Oh, I'd say someone's bloody kicked the football off the road. Bloody hell. Oh, there you go. These things, the bonnet, I took the bonnet, the hood off, and sanded that, scuffed that all back and recoated it. All the clear had gone. I've got a bit of clear on this. This whole thing needs to be resprayed, but the bonnet, first time I'd ever done clear, base and clear. Alright, so we're back home now, and you might be able to see the driveway where I'm going to back up into there, so it's a bit of a hill. So I'll leave it in the four-wheel drive mode, and I'm going to go down to that low crawl mode and just let it walk up. Left her on, put it back on. As you can see, the temperature. So that's just come up, just sort of when I stopped down the road. So it was down probably I don't know, half that. It says I've stopped now. It's just come up to there. But the other week, yeah, it was way up the very top. Opposite to that's for sure. Alright, I'm just going to see if there's any water coming out underneath. Okay, so got a little bit of water from the overflow there by the looks of it. Well, it's at the radiator, oh, it's at the aircon. Just pop the bonnet and have a look. So you can see it's just been, I think it's just been coming back in the overflow. Yeah. I did have that a little bit too full. So there we go. There we go. So everything's new. Alternator, starter motor, AC compressor. Don't get me started on that. What an absolute joke and a nightmare. Intercooler's been off, cleaned, flushed everything. New oil filter, like I said, oil cooler for the turbo, new turbo. Yeah, so there's lots of different videos on different things I did do. It had the oil system for the turbo. I linked up my own water cooling system for the turbo. And that's what these blue pipes here are for. I'm pretty sure that's what that, yeah. So I went and had a chat to some guys, got really high pressure, good line. I've teed in over there. So I've done a whole video on this if you want to have a look at it. So the turbo's oil and water cooled. Lots and lots. New condenser from overseas as well, evaporator. From overseas, TX valve, lots and lots. All right, there's the winch there. Made up my own doohickeys here, quick release. Don't think what they're called. Made my own of those up. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave this one here, and hope you enjoyed that. Definitely let me know about if you've had a heating problem similar, or what I need to do correct or whatnot. But I'll leave it there, and thanks a lot, guys, and see you next time. All the best. Take care. Bye then.